Hey coach, I'm Amber and I'm about to walk you through the masterclass on how to use QuickCoach. But before I do want to share a few thoughts. QuickCoach is unlike any other coaching software available. I am going to guess in that you have tried several. And in doing so, you may be walking in with certain preconceived notions about what features should be available and how things should work. But I need you to do me a favor. I need you to wipe away those expectations. QuickCoach is beautiful, sleek, and has been made very deliberately. Every feature, the flow, and how everything works together is done with a reason. And if you're ever curious as to what the reason is, please feel free to reach out. We're happy to share that reason with you. And then at the end of the masterclass, I want you to dive right in and start playing. You are not going to mess this up. Go in and have fun. So before I can teach you anything, you need to sign up for your free QuickCoach account. You'll go to quickcoach.fit and click sign up for free. And now because my browser already knows that I have an account, I'm actually going to click register instead. So this is what it will look like for you. And then you're going to put in your email address and then get verification code. You should receive an email with your login code. So I'm going to copy this, verification, verify email, and then you'll put in your username. Now, your username is permanent. So think about what you really want to put here, because once it's in, it is set in stone. Put in your first and last name. And then continue to dashboard. All right, congratulations. You've created your free QuickCoach account. So now let's take a look at your home page. So immediately in front of us, we have a few quick action buttons. So we can create a plan, we can add a new client, and then later down the road, you'll have the ability to create and send invoices. Let's take a look at the navigation. So if I move me over and click these arrows to expand navigation, we have the plans section. And so this is where you're going to build everything, whether it is exercise programming, whether it is nutrition, habits, check-ins, or anything else that you can think of. And in this page, you will find kind of two different sections. Your plans drafts, where you will build things out before assigning them a home. And then also the program templates, where you will build out your big programs or organize the plans that you have. Then we have the client section, and this is where all of your clients will live. The task library, you will create all of the tasks that you would like to include in your plans. And then again, later down the road, invoices. And then if you need additional help, you can click view help docs. You can share QuickCoach. And then down here, you can click your account to update any information. And you can also set some defaults for your plan builder. And then if you also find that you are having trouble growing your business, you can also click grow your business, and you'll see some options to help you take your business to the next level. Now let's dive into your account settings. So I'm going to scooch me over. I'm going to expand my navigation. You'll be able to see a little icon here that has your initials. You'll also see your name and your username, and you can click on any of that to go to your account settings. Now, so from here, you can upload your profile picture, or you can upload your logo, whatever works for you. And then you can also update your name, your phone number, and your email address. You can personalize your plan builder. So you have several variables. There are a few defaults like sets, reps, and rest. However, you can make any of these variables something that pops up every time instead of having to edit it within the plan builder. So for example, maybe you operate with clients who are English and French. And so maybe you are a personal trainer and you can do English for one set and then French for another, or maybe you want to include things like time or RPE or calories or, whatever it is that you would like, right? And you can also change the amount of rows that automatically are created every time you create a new plan. So make any changes that you would like and then click Save Plan Defaults. You can also customize the post-plan survey or questionnaire. So we have a few questions that are created for you, but you are welcome to change them. So these show up at the end of a plan that a client has completed. So these are questions that you want to ask, and then they will have emoticons to choose from to answer that question. So you would go in, you can change this and just click save. And then you can turn questions on and off as well. So by clicking this toggle, now that question will not show up. And if I made a mistake or I want to turn it back on, I can click that and it turns back on. And then also we have the logout button. Unless you're in a public space, you don't need to use the logout button. So that way you don't have to keep re-verifying your device. But if you are somewhere public, then you'll click logout and then that is your account settings. So let's take a look at your plans drafts page and your program template page. We're going to click on the lightning bolt icon in the left navigation, and it will bring us automatically to our plans drafts page. You'll know that's where we're at because that tab over here is highlighted in purple, and we can switch to program templates by clicking on that tab. We're also in folder view currently, so we also have the option to switch over into list view by toggling between those icons there. So consider your plans drafts page as a staging area for plans that have yet to be assigned to a program template or to a client. So we haven't figured out what to do with them just yet. So this is where they'll sit until you assign them somewhere. So we can create a plan by clicking either here or over here. And it's going to ask you to choose whichever variables you want to include and click OK. And then it will bring us to our plan builder. You're going to give your new plan a name. And then you'll see here, it says saving. The really cool thing about QuickCoach is everything saves automatically. So you don't have to worry about your stuff getting lost or deleted. It'll automatically save. So if you were to click drafts here, you'll see that it's there. We also have the save as a draft button just to make us feel better, but you don't have to click it, but it's there if you want the extra assurance. So once you've named your plan, and made any edits that you want to, you can click save as draft to leave it in your plans drafts folder, or you can click publish and assign it somewhere. So I can assign it to a template, or I can add it to as many clients as I want, and then click publish and finish. So let's go back. I can also publish a plan by clicking on the three dots and click add to template or assign to clients. I'm going to add it to a template. Let's send it to a new awesome 12-week program, add to template. And you'll see that it disappeared, right? Because now it has a home to go to. We can also delete plans by clicking on the trash icon there. Let's take a look at program templates. So program templates are basically folders, and you can designate these however you want. It could be that it's a 12-week program. It could be that you put all of your upper body workouts in a folder, or all of your recipe guides, or however you want to do this. But they're essentially folders that your plans go into to help keep things organized. So I added a plan in the new awesome 12-week program because I am not good at coming up with names. And you'll see here that I have two sections. So ready plans and draft plans. So ready plans, if I were to assign this program template to a client, it would only assign any plan that is under ready plans. Anything in drafts will not be sent over. Now, if I wanted to use this plan repeatedly, like if I was going to do progressive overload, for example, then I need to do it more than once. So what I'm going to do is click the checkbox and click copy, click OK, and you'll see it made a copy and it added it to my drafts plan because I may want to make some edits. Now, let's see, I can make another copy. Let's make some more copies because we're going to do this for a week, right? So I can make as many copies as I want and then go in with the pencil to make any edits and then click publish plan, and it moves it there. And I would do that individually for each plan. Okay, let's do this other one that has a name too. Saving. There we go, publish plan. All right, so now we have several things in ready plans. Now, if you want to rearrange them, just click the side here and you can drag and drop wherever you want that plan to sit. Now, something else to note, and let me publish this and see if we can make this pop up. There we go. There's pagination, and so you may have to look at different pages to see all of your plans, or you can click see all and it will list out everything for you. You can also search for a plan. There we go. By just typing in the name up here. And then again, you can edit the name of the template by clicking edit template. You can also pull up the plan builder by clicking create a plan here. If we go back to program templates, right? Oops, there we go. Now this program is ready. I can assign it, right? If I click here, I can either add a plan or assign it to a client. And then if I'm not going to use this anymore, I can simply delete. Now the templates, program templates page can house up to 99 folders and unlimited plans. So you can create to your heart's desire, go wild, and have fun. Let's take a look at your plan builder. So we're going to go to create a plan, and it's going to ask us which variables would we like to include in this plan. You'll check the box for the ones you want included and then click OK. And it will bring us to our plan builder. And the first thing you want to do is name your plan. Okay. And then you'll see that it says saving and saved. So QuickCoach will automatically save your work. So if your computer crashes, the internet goes out, what have you, don't stress, your work has been saved. Okay. And then up along here, we have plan variables. So if you decide that, oops, I didn't mean to include this, or I decide that I actually need some of these other variables, then I can move this toggle over and it will create additional columns. Okay. We will revisit that. You can also click Save as Draft if it makes you feel better. But again, QuickCoach saves everything automatically and then publish plan once you are done building out your plan. Further down, you will include a task. So if I click into here, it will pull up all of the tasks from my task library that are currently active. So I can either scroll through and find the one that I want, or I can start typing to find the one that I want. Okay. And you'll see in this case, I get a video camera to indicate that a video is associated with this task. And then here, a little speech bubble to say that notes are associated with this task. Now, if you are including a task that you do not currently have in your task library, we will go ahead and start typing in the name, right? And then we will hit add, then the name of that task. So now that task has been added to your task library. If you do not click the add button, it's fine. However, the drawback to that is that if a client is completing that task and putting in results, it will not show up in their past performance. So past performance is only tracked for tasks that are in the task library and that the client has completed. So most of the time you're going to click add, but you may have a task on the rare occasion that is only super specific to that client, in which case, if you don't want to track it and it's only specific to that client, you don't have to click add. Just know that you won't be able to track past performance with that. Okay. You can also edit any of these variables. So if we click on it, we can rename it and click save. So you can go through and edit any of those. If you want to rearrange the order of a task, you can simply click and drag. Okay. You can, once you've added a task, if you want to go in, you can paste in a URL here and then click update and it will populate the video from that link. You can add an audio note and you can also add task notes. Once this is done, click done. You can also create heading sections. So if I click the three dots, create heading, and then it will turn this row into one solid row. And then, so let's say this is warm-up section. And then I can drag it to the top. So now this is my warm-up. And then if I could also create another heading, and this is my workout. Okay. You can also create a superset. So if I click create superset, you'll see this purple band goes around. And so to add to the superset, you'll see this plus sign in the bottom right, add task. And we can add as many as we'd like. If we added one by mistake, click delete. And you can also click and drag and pull something in to the superset. And then further down, you can also add plan notes and then also view as client. So in this case, we have a superset. So we have this bigger box, and within this, Arnold press and goblet squat. And you'll see the different headers as well, warm up, main workout. And then if I had any plan notes, they would show up there. And then once you're done building out your plan, you can do one of two things. You can save as draft or publish plan. If I click publish plan, I can either send it to a template or I can send it to as many clients as I want. So if I click publish and finish, it will move it to those places. Had I left it as a draft, it would have landed in my plans drafts page. And then that's your plan builder. So now let's take a deep dive into your client page. So in left navigation, we're going to click on the person icon, and then this will bring us to where all of your client profiles will live. So as your list of clients grows, if you need to search for a client, you can use the search bar and just type in the name and it will pop up for you. You'll also notice that the default view is active. So all of your currently active clients will show up. However, if you want to see any of your inactive, or if you want to see all of them together, you can switch that view. Now, let's say that a client graduates from a program or leaves your service and you want to make them inactive. All you have to do is click the toggle button under the status column, and that will deactivate them. However, if they decide to come back, if we go to inactive, we can click that toggle again and it will bring them right back to active. So on this page, we can see a few pieces of key information. So obviously the client name, their current status, how many plans they have coming up, their last plan that has been scheduled, and then or is up in the queue, and then also the last time they left a comment. So you also have this action button here, so you can edit a client. We'll come back to that a little bit later. So let's say you get a new client, congratulations. Now let's add a client by clicking that button, and we're gonna add them here. Let's add Sheldon Cooper here. We're gonna add a phone number. Now keep in mind, all of this information is optional. Well, you're gonna have to have a first name. The rest of it's optional. And then in client notes, this is only for your eyes. So you can put whatever you need here. And then once you're ready, click create client. And then it will take you to your client's dashboard. Now, this is only for you. So again, this is not something that your client can see, but you will assign any plans that you want to your client. And then when you feel like you're ready, you can send your client their account information. And you can do that in two different ways. So first of all, you can click send client their account, in which case our pre-designed email will send them this URL link. Or alternatively, if you want to do it within your own system, then you can copy this link and send it to them however you would like. If you need to update their details, click update personal details. You can obviously change their name, phone number, email address, and add any additional notes. Click save personal details when you're done. Let's actually go to a client account that has information. Let's go into Lori. So let me go back here. So I can click on the name or the edit button. Either way, it takes me to the same space. We will revisit past performance, but you'll see here that we have 4 different tabs. We have drafts, upcoming, published, skipped, and completed. So draft plans are ones that are still in progress. They're something that you're still tinkering with, but they have not been officially assigned to this client yet. So they do not show up in their queue. Right? Upcoming, published, right, are all of their plans that have been officially assigned. So starting from the very top, that is their next plan, and then going all the way down. Now, when you assign a lot of plans, you may see that you have this pagination, so you can click through the different pages to find a plan, or you can click see all, and it will bring all the plans onto one page. Or you can also search. So whichever tab here has been selected, this search bar will search for that. So if I type in upper, oh, there we go, right? It searches for any plans that have the word upper in it. Okay. And then skipped are plans that a client has not completed. They decided to literally skip it. And then we have complete. Now, complete plans are ones that your clients have completed. And so we'll see the date that it was completed. And then something that's kind of neat is we can click edit plan. And then if we go to view as client, we can see any results that they would have put in here. Whoops, go back to completed. So let's say, for example, that you created a plan that you want to repeat for a client. So for example, let's say we wanted to redo this client check-in. We can click that checkbox and you'll see this icon kind of turns a little bit brighter, and we can hit copy. Hit OK. And then that gets moved to drafts. And you see client check-in. So from here, you can rename it, right? Easily enough. You can add additional copies. So I can click, again, the checkbox and hit copy, because maybe this is something I want to schedule every week, right? So maybe the client's plan is, a 4-week plan. So I can hit copy again. Now I have enough for the month. If I click all of those, and then I'm going to hit this button here, change status to upcoming. Click OK, and you'll see it disappears from drafts, and now those will be added to upcoming published, and they will be added to the bottom of the list, right? So then what you would do is you would click, and you can rearrange by clicking and dragging these wherever you would like. So you can reorganize your queue. Let me go back to show pagination here. Here we go. So for your clients, let me show out of that there. So I'm going to copy that link. And then what this allows you to do is actually go in from your client's perspective to see what it looks like. Give it a second to load, right? And then it will only load up to 6 plans at a time. The rest are there. It's only going to show up to 6 though. Now, keep in mind that QuickCoach does not include a calendar. We use as an upcoming basis, or what comes next basis. So if we look here, right, it goes based on what comes next, right? So instead of scheduling things, and life is kind of hectic, right? Sometimes we have to skip things. So it's just easier to go from a what comes next basis. And so again, you can go in here and you can rearrange, and it will show up on their end, and it will just tell them, whenever you are doing the next, whenever you're ready to work out or do this plan, then it will just say next plan. There's no additional thinking on their part, which is fantastic. All right, so now let's take a look. You can also add a plan. So if you wanted to just you know that you want to create a plan specifically for this client. All right, we can name it, get started on it, and then we can either save it as a draft or publish straight to her plan. Either way, so save as draft, right? And then it will land here. And again, I can go in and click edit plan, or I can delete it, or I can print it. All right, so now we'll come back to that up there as well. So if we scroll a little bit further down, we're going to see client comments highlighted here. So when a client completes a plan, they'll have the opportunity to provide you with feedback. So they have the option to leave a written piece of feedback, or they can leave an audio note, and the audio note can be as long as they'd like. You also can toggle the survey feedback. So those questions that you have pre-designed in your account settings, they are asked these questions at the end of their plan, and then they respond with an emoticon. So you can see their answer. So we see what plan it was associated with, the date and the time, and we can see their answers. Now keep in mind, the more plans that they complete, you may have to change pages, right, to be able to access everything, but they're all there. All right, now let's go to the past performance, because that's the fun one, right? So past performance, because we have to be able to track and see how our clients are progressing, right? So in order to make past performance work, there are 2 key things that need to happen, okay? So in order for past performance to be tracked, the first most important thing is that the task has to be added to your task library. If it does not get added to your task library, it will not be tracked, and it only tracks things going forward. It does not retroactively track things. The second thing, which hopefully seems a little bit obvious, is that the client has to complete the plan in order for the information to be tracked, right? So under this client's account, I can see all of the tasks that are tracking, right? I can see the name of the task, the last time it was performed, and the last result. Now I can dig a little bit deeper. So maybe I want to check their weight progression here. If I go to actions, this little graph icon, right, I can see their first submission and their last submission. And I will be able to see the date, their results, and then what plan it was associated with. So let's actually go back and see if I have... Here we go. More information here, right? So we see first and then last, the different dates, results, and whatever plan it was associated with, because the squat can be part of several plans. And so we can even dive a little bit deeper by clicking on the dumbbell icon, and we can see any additional context, whatever notes they may have added, the other exercises or tasks that were added. So it just provides a little bit more information. If we go back, and then that is all for your client page. There is one more thing I forgot to mention. So I did show you how to see your client's account from their perspective. So if we copy this link and we paste it into your browser, as I mentioned, you are able to see their plans and in what order, but you can also go in and complete it for them. So if we go to next plan and click on whichever plan that we want to input data for, we can see the details, and then we can put in the results for them and then finish plan. So that way you can put it in for them. So if you are working with them in person and you didn't want to share the account details with them and you just wanted to use it for yourself, this is how you would do it. Let's dive into your task library. So on the left navigation, you're going to click on the dumbbell icon, and this is where all of your tasks are going to live. Now, as you are building out your library, your list of tasks is going to get very, very long. So you'll see that we have, pagination down here, so you can flip through the pages as you need to. But realistically, it's a lot easier to use the search bar. So if you want to edit a task or find a task, start typing it in up here, and it will pull up what is related. All right, so now let's create a task by clicking Create Task. Now, the really neat thing is a task could be literally anything. So maybe it's an exercise, maybe it's a full warm-up video, maybe it's a recipe or something else nutrition related, or a habit. You're only limited by your own creativity. So, I think what you need to call your mom. All right, that's going to be our task for today. Create task. Right. And then you can add a video note from either YouTube or Vimeo. So you'll copy the link and paste it here, click update, and you'll see the video loads, and then any task notes that you want associated with this task. Okay. And then once you're done, click done. Now that has been added to our task library. So there are two ways for us to edit a task. If you want to edit the name of a task, all you have to do is come in here, and that's it for the name. Pretty simple. And then go over to actions, and we can click the edit property, and you can make any changes to the video note or task notes, and then just hit done, and it will be updated. Now, you will notice the column that says status. So tasks that are in the on position, where it is to the right and you can see the blue, that means the task is on. And so what that means is when you are in the plan builder and you start typing in a task, that list that pops up is including all tasks that are in the on position. So if I were to turn this off, now this task will not show up in that generated list. Okay, let me turn that back on. So we can't delete a task, but we can deactivate it. Or if you totally just messed it up and you want to change it, you'll just change the name of the task, change the video and the notes, and voila, all gone. So you'll also see that we have some icons here. So we have the video icon, which means that there is a video associated with this task. And then you'll also see the speech bubble icon, which means that there are task notes associated with that task. Now, keep in mind that as you assign tasks in a plan or create a plan with these tasks, if you edit them within the plan it will automatically update in the task library as well. So it's kind of a living, breathing task library. So if you make edits outside of the task library, it will also update in the task library. So that way you don't have to go back and forth and make sure things update as necessary. So it just happens like magic. All right. And that is your task library. All right, you made it. That's the end of the QuickCoach Masterclass. So now all that's left to do is to start diving in, creating, and having fun. Of course, we're always here if you need us. Feel free to join the QuickCoach official user Facebook group. So if you have any questions or want to share things that you create or see how others are using QuickCoach, you can participate in the group there. And of course, you can always email us at support@theptdc.com if you need additional help. Have fun.